Isabel's stomach twisted into a tight, painful knot. Staring at the woman in front of her, a ghost from her past, she could barely form the words. Where were you? Why would you fake your death? A soft, chilling chuckle escaped Rosa's lips. Oh, I didn't fake anything, darling. I simply left. And I let all of you believe what you wanted to believe. The room started to spin, and Isabel felt a wave of nausea. Why? Why would you do all of this to us? To your own family? Rosa's smile sharpened, turning cruel and predatory. Because, she said, her voice dripping with venom, your father was planning to give the company to you. And I couldn't bear the thought of my own daughter outranking me, Marcus. Her brother trembled beside her, his face a mask of disbelief. Mama, you told me you wanted to protect the family. Rosa shrugged, a dismissive, careless gesture. And I did, she replied. Just not Isabel. From his bed, their father, Santiago, struggled to sit up, his voice weak. Rosa, please. But Rosa silenced him with a single cold glare. She surveyed the room, a look of immense pride on her face. Everything fell apart when I left, didn't it? She gloated. The company faltered, the family fractured. Exactly as it should. She then stepped closer to Isabel, her presence suffocating. But now that I'm back, it's time for things to return to the way they were. The way I want them to be. Isabel's heart hammered against her ribs, a frantic drumbeat of fear and defiance. I'm not staying here. I won't be a part of this. Rosa's voice dropped to a sinister whisper, her words coiling around Isabel like a snake. Oh, you will. You absolutely will. Because your father is dying, and poor, weak Marcus is completely lost without me to guide him. You'll stay. You'll stay out of guilt. You'll stay out of a misplaced sense of duty. You always do. Isabel shook her head, trying to break free from the invisible chains of manipulation. No. For the first time, Rosa's expression darkened. The mask of calm composure slipped, revealing the monster underneath. A genuine primal fear seized Isabel. But before Rosa could unleash her next verbal assault, a strangled gasp cut through the tension. Santiago clutched his chest, his eyes widening in terror as his breath hitched. Isabel rushed to his side, her own fear forgotten. Papa? Papa? What's wrong? Marcus was in a full-blown panic. What's happening? Someone do something? Through it all, Rosa watched with an unsettling, detached calm, as if observing a mildly interesting play. Santiago's chest rose and fell in ragged, desperate gasps. He weakly pointed a trembling finger at Rosa, his voice a choked, horrifying whisper. Poison, he forced out. Rosa poisoned. Time seemed to stop. The world went silent for Isabel. She turned to her mother, her voice barely audible. Mama? No, you couldn't. Rosa didn't even have the decency to look at them. She turned away casually, examining her nails. He was a liability. The dam of Marcus's denial broke in a torrent of rage. You killed him? He screamed, his voice cracking with agony. Rosa sighed, annoyed by the outburst. Oh, don't be so dramatic. He was already dying. I just expedited the process. In that moment, Isabel's heart didn't just break. It shattered into a million irreparable pieces. The mother she had once adored, the woman she had mourned, was a monster cloaked in designer clothes. Rosa finally turned back to face her children, a triumphant smirk playing on her lips. Now that he's gone, she announced, the family business automatically goes to the surviving heirs. That means, but she never got to finish that sentence. Something inside Isabel snapped. The fear, the grief, the years of manipulation, it all coalesced into a cold, hard diamond of resolve. She stepped forward slowly, her posture radiating a strength Rosa had never seen before. Then she said the words her mother never, ever expected to hear. You miscalculated, Mama. Rosa raised a perfectly sculpted eyebrow. Excuse me? Isabel took a deep, steadying breath, her voice ringing with newfound authority. The business doesn't go to the surviving heirs, she stated, her words like chips of ice. Because Papa updated his will last month. Marcus blinked, confused. He did? Isabel nodded, not taking her eyes off Rosa. Yes. He sent me a copy with the letter he wrote me, explaining everything. For the first time since her reappearance, a flicker of genuine panic crossed Rosa's face. Isabel's voice was steady and cold as steel. Papa left everything, the company, the houses, the entire estate to me, Marcus gasped. Rosa's face went pale, her mask of control completely gone. And he left both of you, Isabel continued, her gaze shifting from her brother to her mother. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Rosa's voice trembled with an unholy fury. You little, but Isabel cut her off. I'm done being your victim, she said firmly, each word a declaration of independence. I'm done with your games. I'm done with all of you. Marcus reached a desperate hand toward her. Isabel, please don't do this. She looked at her brother, a flicker of pity in her eyes, but no more. Goodbye, Marcus. And then she turned for the final time to the woman who had orchestrated her pain. And Mama? Her voice sharpened, becoming as brittle and dangerous as broken glass. You buried yourself the day you decided to betray me. Rosa stepped back, utterly speechless, defeated. Isabel didn't wait for a response. She walked to the door, her steps sure and steady. As she reached the threshold, the wail of distant sirens grew louder. Someone, a neighbor perhaps, had called the police. Isabel didn't look back. Not at the house filled with lies. Not at the family that had tried to destroy her. She stepped out into the pouring rain, and as the cool water washed over her, she took a deep breath, truly breathing freely for the first time in years. She left the Valez family in ruins exactly as they had left her.